Welcome once again to another wonderful and interesting episode of Campus Snake Africa. I'm CJ, YB. It's another bright sunny day here in Africa. And where are we in Africa? We're somewhere in West Africa. Where in West Africa are we? We're back to the second most popular city after Cairo in Africa. This particular city houses the first television station in Africa. We're back here in the city that houses the first skyscraper in Nigeria, houses the first university college hospital in Nigeria, houses the first citadel of learning in Nigeria. Which city am I talking about? I'm talking about the city of Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, Nigeria, located in southwestern part of Nigeria. Right now, this city is now housing the first UK certified and accredited fashion college, IBADAN City Fashion College, and that's what has brought us back to this part of Africa. This city is known to house the first projects in Nigeria, the first UK certified and accredited fashion college in Nigeria, IBADAN City Fashion College. And I'm CJZZYB. Welcome to another wonderful and interesting episode of Campus Snake Africa. Let's enjoy this journey together. In your own words, what makes IBADAN City Fashion College stand out from every other fashion college in Nigeria that you know about?
The relationship.
Talk about it.
Mostly other fashion schools, they just teach you, but this place is like a big family. You can call on them for help, you can come back here just to hang out. It's like a big family.
Wow, in a very big way. It has really molded me. In fact, it's really widened my horizon and gave me so many expectations, what to look forward to, and it has really equipped me. But I don't know of any school that can really compete with this school.
Wow, IBADAN City Fashion College is unique. In terms of learning is unique, the environment is outstanding, the instructors are wonderful, the students are friendly, you learn on another level, the environment is accommodating, and it's outstanding in the model of teaching and learning.
Extraordinary knowledge. Extra, you know, when something is extra, it's not normal. Like I said before, if you come here with okay, I'm going to have a knowledge of how to sew. Yeah, when I finish from here, I'll be able to sew my skirt, I'll be able to sew my jacket. It's beyond that. Your fashion will be a statement, your dress will be a statement. That's what we get from here, extraordinary knowledge. That when I see your shirt, this is not just shirt, I see something speaking to me because of the knowledge I've acquired from here. So here, outstanding, extraordinary knowledge. That makes it different from any other fashion school. Not just in Ibadan, I think in Nigeria. I'm sure of that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. Why did you choose IBADAN City Fashion College to start with?
It's a very long story, but I feel I made up my mind at some point after banking and all of that I wanted to learn, and I wanted to learn in a modern way. I'd gone to several places and I've heard of their conditions and everything, but I got here and I looked at their terms and their condition. It was suitable for me and I could learn first, and I've been able to gain in less than 1 month. I've been able to gain more than I expected. I'm doing well.
Like, I like the fact that you said you have been into banking world before. Now you've crossed over to another chapter. Is that what you just said? Now tell me how like, there are a whole lot of people today who actually are struggling to make that shift from one chapter of their life to another chapter of their life. They don't even know how to go about it. Talk about it.
It was a difficult decision to take, but I'm glad I did.
What made it difficult?
You look at the money aspect, what you're going to earn, how do you want to start, if you leave certainty for uncertainty, what becomes of you, and within myself. And I just felt, for how long do I have to do this? I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm somebody's daughter, I'm a sister. Expectations are high, and I have to meet up to my own standard too as well. So I remember that earlier in the year I was pregnant and I was still working, and I'm like, do I continue like this? I'll take the elder sister to school, the baby, crèche and everything. I'll still go to the bank. What time do I have for myself? And I told everybody, I told my husband, I called everybody that this is what I want to do for myself. I want to focus on something. I have to have something on my own hand, something to call mine. And that is why I decided that I was not working again.
Why did you choose fashion? There are a whole lot of other things you probably have chosen. There's a reason why you chose fashion.
It's part of me. It's part of me. I like creations. I like to be me. I like to be stylish. And I felt I can't keep, if you're a designer and you make something for me, for crying out loud, I will complain. Everybody that makes some clothes, they know that there will always be a boss. But in myself, I'm like, I want to do this for myself. And this is why I decided that, oh, fine. For now, I still have girls, plus me, my mother, my friends. I can. And with that, I can set the brand.
Now, since you got to IBADAN City Fashion College, what has the experience been like?
It's been wonderful. It's been the reception, the learning environment, the instructors. It's been wonderful. Every week you must gain something. Every day you must gain something. A day doesn't go without an impact, and a week doesn't go without a knowledge.
I also want you to advise, like you said, you are a wife, you are a mother, sister to someone, daughter to someone. How have you been able to maintain that domestic part of you with your career choice?
Yeah, in the morning, it's always, how do I say this? I'm a bit lazy to get out of the bed, but once I remember that I have to go to school, my daughter has to go to school, the one going to daycare has to go to daycare, I jump out of bed. I manage my time very well, and I know that by the time I round up from here, I go back to pick the one in school, and we go back home. While she's doing her homework, I am on the other side doing my own homework too. The nights come, there's a time for bed, there's a time for us to wake up. Everything has timing, and the balancing is just perfect.
I came here to learn, actually. I came here to learn fashion designing, and since I got admission in UAE, I've been coming back here for frequent classes, workshop classes.
That's University of Ibadan, right?
Yes.
So wait, how are you coping with the you being in the university and also now being in a fashion college? How are you coping?
It's not quite easy, but most of the time the classes I hold are always at weekends, so they don't get to affect lectures or schooling anyways.
What course are you reading in the University of Ibadan?
Human nutrition.
Human nutrition. How does it relate to fashion?
It's not related in any way.
Okay.
Once you have passion for something.
So what informed your choice for fashion? I see you are very fashionable from head to toe.
Thanks.
So what informed your choice for this fashion industry?
Nothing actually. I would say it's maybe a gift, because I've been like this since I was little. So I'm like, let me just improve on talent.
Wow. So what course are you reading here now?
Here.
Yeah.
I took the basic class, the beginner's class, and then now I'm in intensive class.
Okay. So what were you taught in the beginner's class, and what are you being taught in the intensive class?
Beginner's class is like basically the basic things you're meant to know, like garment making, skirts, blouses, trousers. Then intensive has more to do with maybe specialization, maybe in like making blazers or wedding dresses and stuff like that.
Now, one thing I want to say is, it's even good that you are in the university right now and you're also still here at IBADAN City Fashion College. And it's a choice you decided to make. There are some people that cannot get into the university because of the probably requirements to get into the university, but it's easier to get into a college like this. So that means that there's nobody anywhere that have any reason to say that I'm not able to be educated in the choice of. So what's your own take on that?
Okay, my take on that is that presently Nigeria economy is not good at all. Even those who went to school to get a degree, they still don't have jobs. So whenever you find something doing, just do it. Like me now, how I'm in school, I'm still helping myself with fashion. It goes a long way to help whenever I'm in need or when I'm in need. So that's what I think.
Oh, how? When you're in need, how does it help?
I'm in need, I make clothes, earn money,
Wow.
use them to satisfy my needs.
So are you saying you have a label already?
Yeah, I have a label.
Already? You're still in university and you're still in fashion college, you already have a label.
Okay, my label is CRW. That's my initials, Christiana Rotten Williams.
Wow.
So it's basically about styling models, runways, and stuff like that. Fashion shoots, fashion editorials, yeah.
Now, some people are not able to make these decisions. They are the junction of indecision. What advice do you have for such? Let's assist them make their decision right now.
Yeah, my advice: time waits for no man. The earlier you start, the better.
What gender do you make clothing for?
Female,
Just female. Why did you choose female?
because that's like mostly in most population, female are always more than male. Basically, yeah.
Can you get that thinking? Because in most population, female are much more than the male. And so that's why she decides to go for the large market.
For like female, you get to, zing things up, switch it into words. But for men, it's always like shirt, trousers, blazers, just that.
Nothing attached.
Nothing attached.
I do tell my parents that I want to go and learn this work. That if they should not sell me to go and learn this work, that I won't be happy at all with them. But actually, I know God has done it for me, and I'm happy that I'm here.
I've went to a place before. It's not an institute. It's just a normal tailoring shop like that. But I was so surprised getting down here. Everything had to change. Everything I've learned before, I learned it before. It was like no go area. So it started with the background of fashion with me, and it was interesting. It was superb because they tried to bring it down to my level. It started with the stage 1 of fashion, and till date now they are still teaching. Like there's nothing out there about fashion they don't treat you. They treat the best, and they give you the best. So you go out there, and it won't be a surprise for just people that have been working for years to stand. They can't stand what we do. Yes, the way they relate with us, they relate with us as friend, as like students. They're not that straight, but when it comes to being serious, they're always firm at you, just for you to get what you're doing. But the relationship is superb. There's no kind of straight ash that you get to, like, I don't even want to go there again. No.
So why did you choose to? What informed your choice of for fashion?
My choice of fashion, like,
Into the fashion industry. Why do you want to come into the fashion industry? Why do you want to get into the fashion industry?
let me say something I have passion for. I just developed passion for it. Even though I studied mass communication when I was in school, I just had passion for it.
Which school was that?
Olabisi Onabanjo University.
So you finished from a university before?
Yes.
You now came here to study.
Yes.
Now, I need you to advise a whole lot of people that are watching right now that have actually finished from a university at a particular point in time. You did mass comm, you actually you studied a lucrative course in school, and you have come back into the world of fashion. Please talk about it.
My advice to them is that you don't just rely on what you study alone. You don't just rely on this is what I'm a student, I'm educated, I'm a graduate. It doesn't end there. You need to work more on what can earn you a living, not just anything, but something there is nowhere you hear. There's nothing you will surely make and earn a living on him. So they need to it's not compulsory it should be fashion. Just have a skill that can make you live no matter what, even if the government is not providing any job, but at least you will live on it.
Thank you so much. A pleasure chatting with you, and I'm sure that someone at home has actually learned from what you have said, because many are in the valley of indecision right now. Many don't even know what they want to do with their life. Many don't even know where they want to go with their life or where they want to be in the future. And somebody listening to you right now at home has actually grabbed a wealth of information from the very short information and experience you have just shared with us. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Hi, I'm Jared Hart, and you're watching Campus Nick Africa.
Hey guys, I'm Scotty, and keep watching Campus Nick Africa.
Hi, I am Ivy, Tumi, Dineo, and you're watching Campus Nick Africa. Keep watching! Hi guys, you're watching Campus Nick Africa. Keep watching! Woo!
Still here at the IBADAN City Fashion College, and of course, like I told you, we are located right in the most populous city after Cairo in Africa. And let's bring it back to Nigeria. I'm talking about the city that houses the first citadel of higher learning in Nigeria, the city that houses the first skyscraper in Nigeria, the city that houses the first university teaching hospital in Nigeria, and now the same city is housing the first United Kingdom certified and accredited fashion college in Nigeria. I'm talking about the IBADAN City Fashion College, and I'm still JWZYB. On this wonderful journey of Campus Nick Africa, I'm seated with the brain behind this vision that started from a very small room and has grown into a big establishment today that is making a major impact, not just on the continent of Africa, but all around the world. And I'm glad to be seated. And you know, when I'm seated with a very, very VVIP, I'm always excited. It's a pleasure having you. How are you today? My name is JWZYB. Can we meet you?
Yes, my name is Aderunke Olubanja. Nice meeting you again.
It's a pleasure having you here on Campus Nick Africa.
It's our pleasure. My pleasure more, actually.
Let's before we travel too fast on the fast lane, first and foremost, how did you do it? By this vision now, this is the first United Kingdom accredited or certified fashion college in Nigeria. This is something that started from a small room in one house in one corner of the city of Ibadan. Ibadan is known to house the first, not just in Nigeria, in Africa, and now you are on the global page. So
because we're the premier city, premier people. How did it start? I don't even know what to say or how to start from. But let me say the vision just kicked off somewhere. When I started the college officially 7 years ago, I never thought it would be this big.
Are you saying it's just 7 years old?
Yes, we started 2010. The school officially. Before then I'd only been doing underground jobs, underground works, nothing official. The college kicked off officially August 2010. And now, I can't say this is how we got here, but just be persistent, just keep doing it one step at a time. Sometimes it marvels me how we are where we are. It's like we just arrive and I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, we are here. Okay, let's go, let's keep going. We'll get there somewhere.
You know, August is a special month because that's my month, that's my birth month, and anything that starts in August lasts forever. That's why JWZYB is here. That's why IBADAN City Fashion College has grown. It didn't start as IBADAN City Fashion College. How did it start?
No, it started as DGV Fashion Academy because my brand is DGV Styles, the label. So that was how the name Academy got coined out. And when I kicked off, I remember saying I wanted to start off as a fashion house, not as a label, but I don't know what happened. All the inquiries I got, everybody wanted to train. And personally, I had looked around the city then. Personally, I did not see a place I could sit and train to. And the vision just got birthed. Someone just came and said, all he saw was a school. And the man was a religious man, a pastor. He wasn't educated. So it was still a shock how it was when he was entering, he saw a school. Because I was wondering, how did you read school? And it didn't say more than that. I didn't receive that word. I must confess. I didn't, because I never wanted to be a teacher. My mom was a teacher before she retired. So teaching was out of my zone. But when he said it, everybody that came for inquiries was asking about training. Somehow, I kicked off with 6 students. And now we've trained 1,000 and counting. Yes.
In 7 years.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing because it's like the set. You see these 3 months. Next 3 months, another set is here. So sometimes I don't even know how they evolve. I'm just saying the whole thing moving on. Now it's gotten to a stage where I walk in the market and I'm hearing auntie, and I'm saying, is it the same small me, the auntie? So it's been a journey I cannot understand till date. So I believe it's purely God. It's a God factor.
But wait, 7 years ago when you were starting, you started in a very small room, somewhere in one house that is not even in a very known area in this city of Ibadan. What was the driving force behind it?
Well, when I started, let me say standards. Let me say keeping the legacy up. And since then, before then, I had this vision of empowerment, maybe just doing something. Maybe because when I left school, I did mass communication. I didn't want to be a journalist, because of the fear of that thing in Nigeria. Journalists don't get married, they don't get good homes. But I wanted to do something with my hands. And
mass communication. And look at what we are doing today. Through fashion.
Through fashion, exactly. Preaching the word through fashion. So that was how we kicked off then. And the driving force has been, okay, Ronke, if you're going to clothe people, you can as well empower hands. And I have this word. I have 2 hands, but I can raise 1 million hands. And that word has been keeping me on day by day.
6 students now that has evolved into over 1,000 students within 7 years. What has the experience been like?
It's been roller coaster ride. The ups, the downs, the in-betweens. You enjoy some, but teaching lives is a ministry. I still tell people today who rush into fashion training, I tell them you will rush out. If you really want to train people, it is a ministry. It is called service. Because there was a time last week I had a visitor around, and the person discovered I was counseling about 3 students before she left. So she was asking, are you really teaching or counseling? I said, okay, with what I am doing, this is a life thing, it's a life coaching. They come with their burdens. If I don't talk to them, no matter what I teach, it will never sink. So I take everybody like, okay, before we teach, let's talk. What do you have? Or if I'm teaching you and I'm sensing it's not sinking, I know something is wrong somewhere. So the counseling part in me comes to the table. We sit down, we talk about it. So that one's another thing. Then dealing with from different backgrounds. There's nothing as difficult as that. You have to come down to everyone's level. You know, we have different people. We have the graduates, the school leavers, the students, the mothers, the grandmothers. We have grandpas sometimes. So you have to come down. You have to find a way to balance. It's like you go up today, come down tomorrow. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's bitter.
I also noticed that the students that you have here at IBADAN City Fashion College, they're not just like the regular students that go to, probably are on different campuses. It's like you are giving hope to the hopeless. You are refocusing the mind of many probably shifted up their journey in life, and that's what I see. Tell us about that.
Like you said now, they're not regular. So even when they come in regular, someone said one day, said there's no way you contact Auntie and you'll still be a regular person. There's something about you must change, because there's this notion I give them. If you think you're like everybody, you'll not make a difference. You are created for a purpose, and there's something about you that has to reach out to another people. And I will tell them one word, like, you are with me. You're supposed to be a branch to other people you are reaching out to. So that is why we have to restructure you as a person first. When you come in here and you see the way we handle things, there's no way your mentality will not change. Let me tell you the real thing. This is not a regular fashion school. It's not a regular fashion school. Some people I've discovered I've changed them by words. Some people have changed them by actions. Some people I just discover they're dressing differently. And all they're saying is, aunties, I'm just following auntie's footsteps, and that's amazing. Because it's not what I did personally. I've seen many women, many young girls that have been here, and over time, probably when they came in, I wasn't so pleased with the way they are dressing or they are appearing. And I'm seeing them change, and that thing comes to me. You don't have to talk. You do it right, and they get it right. It's a message you don't have to say by words. It's not by mouth, but what they see in you, it rubs on them.
Okay, now let's talk about the curriculum, how the school runs, the type of programs that you run here, how they run. And
we have the regular classes, which is like the startup class. We call it startup class, where anybody can come in, whether you're learned, whether you can speak English, whether you speak Yoruba, our local language. We have a way of coming down to your level. That's a regular class, and anyone can do that. Then we have what we call master classes. That's a level where we narrow down, because we are trying to not just do a broad fashion training. Don't just go broad, narrow down to something. So after the basic training, we now tell you the next stage you go into is picking a particular course. Probably you want to go into shirt making, you want to go into dressmaking, you want to go into wedding dresses. That is the other things we run. And each batch comes in 3 months, like 12 weeks per term, term sessions like that. And we do crash courses as well. Our crash courses come like 4 weeks, 6 weeks. That's particularly most times for people who come outside Nigeria, because we have people who just come for 20 days, 30 days to just do something, brush up courses. I've had a couple of them who regularly come in during summer, or maybe when they're on break there. So they just come do a short course and go back to where their base is. Then we also have, let me now categorize again. Certification brought us to a technical college level. So we do the modular classes. The modular is like the regular O-level. Let me call it O-level now. Then we have the advanced diploma. That's where you get the ordinary diploma certification. And on that level, apart from the fashion courses, you do 5 other subjects. Mathematics, further mathematics, advanced English, business studies, and some other courses like that to join together, which gives you a national certification.
The word referral. Someone referred this place to me. Yes, she was here and I like what she does. And she told me, that she made from here, that she's going to give it a try. And when I came here, it was like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. And my first 3 months was beautiful. Everybody loved it. My parents were like, wow, you were supposed to be here actually. Well, when I wanted to go into fashion, my coming to fashion school was born out of passion. I had passion for sewing, so I wanted to go to a place I can actually get what I wanted. So I searched. This was not the first place when I came to Ibadan, this was not the first place I visited. I visited some other places, but when I came here, I was actually satisfied with the sector, everything. Like, okay, I'm in school. I had that feeling that I'm not doing apprenticeship. I'm actually in school. So I can carry my bag and say, I'm in school, I'm going to school. Well, this time around, it's a fashion school. So when I got here, everything was okay. My first 1 week was I was happy. My parents were happy. My first week, I was able to do straight lines on papers. It was like precept upon precept, lines upon lines. So you know exactly what you are doing. And until you are perfected with one face, you won't go to the next face. So there was room for perfection. So my first week was actually beautiful, and I was happy within myself. So I put in my everything. So it was actually good.
What's the like student-student relationship like here, student-instructor relationship? What's it like here at IBADAN City Fashion College?
Well, I think that is the most beautiful part of this school, the student instructor's relationship. It's not like you're coming to meet one lecturer and you're like, sorry, sir, but the relationship is there. It's like you're talking to your friend, it's like you're talking to your father, you know how free you are with your mom. You just walk to an instructor and say, sorry, please, I don't understand this particular aspect of my work. Like, I'll show you with all my heart. And you know, that relationship is there. And my relationship with Auntie, you know, when I say Auntie, you know who I'm referring to, is the relationship with her is just sweet. You want to be here just because of her. Once you come here and you relate with her, you want to be here just because of her. So you have everything. The truth is, once you come to this school, you have every reason to make it here. And I'm not just saying it is from my heart. You have every reason to make it because everything is in place. The relationship is there. Your freedom to express yourself about a particular thing you don't understand is there. And the privilege of you being taught over and over to make sure you get it is there. This is what we don't even get in our schools, like the general schools. So you have that here. So every student here should know what they are being taught in the nutshell.
What's your big dream when you're done from here?
My big dream is to be a household name in fashion. A household name. I'm not dreaming of going in school. That's not what I call it. Like, you know, that's how I'm calling it. But me in fashion, I want to make Auntie proud. Number one, I want to make her proud, and I want my fashion to go global, like a household name. Like when they hear about me, it's not something that will just ring in Nigeria, in Ibadan, in Lagos, to be a worldwide. You know, it's possible.
And you're coming here, how's IBADAN City Fashion College molded you in that direction?
Yes, I told somebody that wanted to be into fashion, though she's not here, I said, come to IBADAN Fashion City College, because here you learn more than you pay for. When I came here, I paid for fashion here, so my mind was I was coming to learn how to sew. But when I got here, it was beyond that. I was open to how the business runs. Different lectures. We have lectures every Monday, and from that lectures, you know how the business runs. You have the idea on how to set up your own particular business. You know that it's not just fashion. It's like a tree that have branches, and you have to locate your own branch where you belong to. I learned that here, and it was when I came here that I got to pick a particular line that, okay, Messi, I'm going into fashion, but from here I have the understanding of the line I want to take, and that is everything. So I'm not just running, but I have a direction, and I got that from this school, and it's the best thing that has ever happened to me in this school.
Messi is not just running, she has a direction. That means she's running towards the mark of the price that is set before her. Well, I see that you are highly fashionable. What informs your choice of fashion, your sense of fashion?
Like I said, direction. I have my line of direction, so most of my dresses goes in that line. And tomorrow, by God's grace, when you hear my name, you know that when you see a particular dress, you say, this is from Messi Daniel. Although that will not be my name, but you will know the name by then. So you know, this is from this. So that informs my sense of direction. I believe that being fashionable doesn't mean you should be reckless with your dressing. You can be fashionable, decent, and classy. So when you see my dress, it speaks that. And I got that from here, that you have your own sense of fashion. Let it come out of who you are. Let your vision complement who you are and your values. And that is my value. So when you see you just speak that. You speak classy, speak decency, and you speak beauty.
this UK accreditation, which you just got within 7 years, and is the first in Nigeria for any fashion college. Let's talk about that too.
Okay, the OTHM is another qualifying body. It's called OFQUAL. It's a British, it's like our own WAEC. What we call our, that's their own thing. So what they do is the
WAEC is
West African Examination Council. So that's their own qualification of QUAL, their own qualification there in the UK. It's like the governing body. What OTHM does is it gives you what we call international opportunities for all. When you get the OTHM, it's in levels. We have the level 3 approval, which our students can sit for is a fashion diploma and a business studies diploma. When you now do that, now OTHM gives you one very beautiful advantage. When you sit for the exam, it has the power to upgrade your HND to BSc. So after level 3, instead of doing level 4, level 5, you just skip to level 5 or level 6. If you're on the HND, you just combine the level 6 business studies, which we advise. It's called it's a management course, which you combine with your fashion course. You sit for the exam, do the thesis, dissertation, all that, then you convert your HND into BSc. Now for the BSc holders, they combine the level 3 with the level 6 to get their master's degree qualification, which they can use to work outside Nigeria or further their studies outside Nigeria, approved, signed, sealed.
For a whole lot of students that are graduating from this institution, what's their hope? What's their hope on the global market scale?
Oh, well, they have hopes now, because if you look at the world, fashion is becoming a very, very big deal. It's a very big deal. So it now depends on how you see yourself and what you see in yourself. Because if you see yourself as a local chicken, you can't fly. But if you see yourself on a wider scale, a wider range, definitely you'll fly. With this opportunity that we have already, you have a lot of opportunities to go abroad there, to work, to study more, which makes you know a lot more, have access to other people, access to other companies to work with, and at the same time, you're sure you can stand on international levels and compete well. Already with what we had before, our students are doing well outside Nigeria. So with this, it's like nothing else can stop you. You're good to go.
Now, like some of the students that have finished from here, can you talk about them, where they are, things they've done, the things they are doing presently?
We have a lot of them. We have some of them waiting down in the class on visit today. We have. How many do I want to talk about? Let me see. I have one in Lagos. I don't have to mention one in Lagos. She has a big fashion house. I have a lot of them in Ibadan here. I have in UK. I have in US. I have in South Africa. I have Abuja. We have them all up, and they're doing so well because we train them. Even if you don't have the capital to start big, make sure you start something and start doing it. Some of them, they are doing so well that I can't even. They're amazing me. They're amazing me because the background they get here. Well, I know there are a couple of times we had people in fashion houses coming around to tell me we need workers. I'll tell them my students will never work for you. The way we've raised them, they will never work for you. They can partner with you at some levels, but they will never, because what's in their head is probably more than what you have.
They are CEOs on their own.
They are CEOs already, and we've packed a lot into them. So many hundreds of them. They're doing so well, so well.
Let's talk about the fees, like with the fees.
Yes, it's affordable. But you know, with the current economic rate, people still complain. But always, you know us, we still do discounts. We do ridiculous discounts sometimes, but the fee is naturally affordable. If not for the situation they are quoting now, is affordable. At least you can, because with the quality of what you get here, and what we charge is lesser than the quality we offer. That's one I'm very sure of, because I've been to other places and I know what is going on, especially outside Ibadan. No, we are doing well. We are doing well.
Now, also, let's talk about the classroom standards, the teaching standards. Let's talk about the environment where the school is located. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this environment is a serene environment, as you can see, and that was part of what we had to do to get our federal government's approval. They told us you have to have, some things must be in place. You must have enough classes, enough restrooms, a quiet environment, the compound must be clean, must be far from a noisy area, no club around, all those. We had to put all that into place to make sure this place, and you can see, unlike other places, we don't use manual machines because we want everybody to work. There's no light, generator has to be on. Because your hours you have, you must do your work. We have state-of-the-art machines. We teach you things up to date, the current standard. I still go to courses. I haven't stopped learning, because whatever I teach you today, if I stop learning, I'm pouring out. I'm not refilling. So I keep refilling. And the moment I refill, I bring it back to the classroom. It is taught the same time. So the more I get, the more they get.
Learning is from cradle to the grave.
Exactly. No one stops learning.
Now, for like, if I want to come to this school, now let's say I'm located somewhere in Asia, and I probably want to just come to school in IBADAN City Fashion College. What are the requirements for me to be a student here?
Oh, you just tell us you want to learn. Once your interest, except you're doing the diploma courses, that's where we ask for your basic certificates. The school ability to read and write is important. You must have some basic courses to be able to sit for the technical examination. If you don't have that, you could just do the modular courses, which you'll be able to learn and stand on your own too. Then accommodation, we always arrange with people around to get you good accommodation. That is everything.
I want you to break down on that. Like, okay, some people that don't probably have any certificate can come. Some that have some certificate can come. What are the certifications that are required for them? For those that don't even have any certificate, I want to talk more.
Okay, if you don't have any certificates, even if you didn't go to school at all, I've trained stark illiterates. Yes, some people don't even hear English, so you have to speak Yoruba. There was a time I trained some people from Niger Delta. They couldn't write English. They can speak English. They don't hear English. So, and their broken is different from our broken English. So you have to be speaking it one by one for them to understand. So that's the category. That category is there for everybody. And for those who are school leavers, they have a higher advantage, especially with the NAPTEP certification, which gives them a higher certification when they leave. And even with that one, apart from studying abroad, they could go back to schools here, so 200 level, to continue their studies, or yes, in the university and polytechnics here. They will just continue with that because they will have done 5 subjects, and they can do more, up to 8, to have their own certificates again on the advanced, on the A levels, not on the O levels. So that is what we do. And so whether you're learning, and if you're already a graduate, God bless you, just come do the OTHM courses and keep on advancing.
Let's talk about the graduate that wants to come and that probably maybe did a wrong course in the university and now wants to go into fashion. Let's talk about the experience here at IBADAN City Fashion College.
Amazingly, most of them, you have medical students, you have lawyers. Yes, we've trained doctors, we've trained pharmacists. There are different people just come here. Some people, the passion is just there. While they are in school, that thing has been at the back of their mind to just do something. I still have bank managers in class who come on weekends to classes. And the only time they have is Saturdays alone to come and study. The experiences is just, maybe for me it's inborn, but once the passion is in you, it's always easier to tune it up because we just start training you and somehow you blend into the system. Although for the executives it's more difficult. They are combining a lot of things. If you're a doctor, you only have probably 2 days a month. And that 2 days, we try to settle your mind and make sure you maximize every hour you have. For them, I must tell you, it's technical. Because you're handling a busy person, a busy mind. But they learn. They learn and they graduate well with good scores here.
I also want to talk about, you have weekend classes?
Yes, we have weekend classes, which is majorly for workers. And we have also what we call convenience classes. When we had the convenience classes is, peradventure I have a medical doctor as a student. There are weekends he or she will be on duty. So the convenience class means you don't come to class every weekend. You come to class whenever you are. If you are free on Monday, you just jump in. If you are free on Wednesday, you jump in. And for them, we don't run regulars. Okay, let me just chip this in. For every student here, we don't run the same pace. It's supposed to be the same thing, but for the sake of helping everybody, what we do is, you are learning, you're a fast learner. He's learning, he's a slow learner, and you came to the same day. I pick you at your pace, I pick him at his pace. So we tutor everyone. Though we sit together, everybody is trained individually. We teach one by one. So for the convenience students now, who probably come, we have some that come once a month. Is that bad? So the good aspect is we give them the grace to spread their learning classes. So while they are working, their dreams, they're seeing their dreams manifest, they're seeing their visions come to reality at their own easy pace. So combining everything together just works well for them.
Let's talk about where's the place of the graduates of IBADAN City Fashion College amidst other people from any part of the world that's probably studied in any other fashion college around the world. What's their place when it comes to the competitive part?
I can say they can stand at par with anybody. I can say that because I've seen my students feature in runways outside Nigeria, runways outside Ibadan, most of course outside Ibadan. And they come back with reports like, we never knew something like this exists in this city or in this country. They can't stand anywhere because we give them the best ever. We are not local, we are on a cosmopolitan level. You must, because what we tell them is, don't see yourself as someone that will stay here and live here. Peradventure you land in France or you land in Italy, how do you want to survive there? So we make sure everything comes together in a way that when you find yourself in another country, you are not lost. Because if I go anywhere, I want to be sure that I can still stand and talk, and I'm confident I know what I'm saying.
Why did you choose IBADAN City Fashion College?
Because I think I love this school, and I heard they can teach very well, so I came.
Since you came, what has the experience been like?
I've had lots of experience, good experience though, because I've been able to sew a lot of stuff in less than 2 months. Yeah.
So why do you have the passion for fashion?
Yes, because I've always loved fashion. My mom is a fashion designer, so I took from her.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much.
In your own words, what makes IBADAN City Fashion College stand out from every other fashion college that you know about here in Nigeria?
Yeah, because they are unique and they tend to teach students in a very rapid manner, that when you come the first week like this, you already start learning how to sew properly. And I think they are different from every other school, fashion school.
I had a nice experience when initially I was a student of the school. I came in 2013, June precisely, and I was just trying to find a new path for myself. On arriving there, I decided, okay, let me go for a different sector of life, because I was in marketing before I opted out. So I decided to come for fashion, and I was just trying to, it's a form of transit time for me. And when I came in 2013, I started as a beginner throughout the beginning process, the intermediate and the advanced class, and it has been jolly good right all the way through. And to date too, it has been a good jolly ride, because I experienced new things, different things in a new different, in this our business of fashion. The way you would do something is different from the way another person would do it. And it's a way of learning things in a new way, in a new dimension. So fashion is just dynamic. It's not static, it's not in one way. And one thing I've learned in life is never to be at the forefront of fashion, so that you won't look odd. Always just be there and just maintain your cool and natural way of things, and you do well.
Talking about the IBADAN City Fashion College, how did it mold you for where you are today, from where you were coming from to where you are today?
Wow, there have been a lot of changes. Okay, let's see. Okay, before I can't really face the camera now. Let's say it's a kind of personality skill. Making me to face crowd, to be able to teach. Although I love talking naturally, but it helped me to develop my teaching skills, so I can face the crowd, I can do things on my own. And the bit of one thing I learned here at IBADAN Fashion City is that anytime I'm going to a party and I want to look gorgeous, I just go on my machine and I'm just done. So it's just like giving a new rebranded self of myself to the world every day. That's one of the experiences I have learned. So then my interpersonal relationship is bad. So when I got there, I had clashes with people. My boss would say, don't do this. life is not like that, life is this way. And you know, she started telling me at times, even to dates, I say I have this kind of interpersonal clash with people, but she would tell me, you don't do this thing this way. And at times I say, that's not the way it is. She said, no, you're saying from your own view, but from everybody's view, this is the way it is. And she tell me to adjust, and I tell her, thank you, ma. And business-wise too, she has helped me business-wise too. Okay, this is the way you do your thing. This is the way you do your costing. Okay, if such customer comes, this is the way you address a person. Don't throw everybody away. There are good days, there are bad days. I can't simulate all the things I've learned so far since I've been with her and in this institution.
What do you have to say about IBADAN City Fashion College? What stands out this school from any other fashion college?
Well, I would say it's a place to be. If you are not here, you're not anywhere. That's just a slogan. And you know, there's something she always tell me, that if you cannot buy it, don't make it. Those are the two things I can say about this place. Anybody that is interested in coming, we will mold you to be people. The appearance we see outside, it's just people like me and you that make them. So we'll mold you and we'll make you to be who other people are. Who this Tommy Higa is, Mark and Spencer is. They're just women like us. So IBADAN City is a place, IBADAN City Fashion College is a place where we'll mold people, we'll teach them and make them to be able to say, this is what I do and this is what I can do.
Now, when you got here, you were a student and you ended up graduating and now becoming an instructor. Tell us what the experience is like as an instructor.
Well, during my student days, Auntie never handled me as a student, sincerely. She always tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. And you know, she would just give me some things to do and say, okay, go ahead about it. On the norms, some other people, when Auntie is teaching them, she will explain. But you tell me, yes, go ahead. And you know, she has really made me to think wide. I can do it. Okay, if she says I can do it, it may take me time, but I'll still do it. And that's my experience during this school time. And even today, as an instructor, there are some things that I never had an idea. She said, okay, go and put out through. And once I look at it, and one thing I have always thanked God is, I have a brief knowledge of pictorial diagram. Once I see a picture, I can easily digest. So she has always teach me to be self-reliant on myself, not dependent on her. If I'm not there, you should be able to do something.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Now, for someone who wants to come to IBADAN City Fashion College, like a new person that wants to come from somewhere outside Nigeria, somewhere from a far place, what advice do you have for such person?
Well, I would say it takes two to tango. If you are not interested, you can never make it. Because it is where your interests lie, that's where your mind will be. So anybody that is interested in fashion, I know, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to make. There will be side distraction everywhere and there. People will come, families will tell you, you can't do this, you can't do this. But once you make up your mind, this is what I want to do in this business of fashion, the sky is just the starting point. It's not even the limit, because the sky is, there are a lot of birds that flew every day in the sky, and the sky is still not filled up. So anybody that is interested in fashion and you want to come and you have limited time, you're free to come down to our school at IBADAN City Fashion College and learn, because the sky is just the starting point.
There is no gender.
No, we train everybody. We have guys. It's a unisex training school. We have the men, we have the women. So we have the men issues too. We have the men issues. And you know, some of them, the same guy had a breakup and it was so broken, and I had to be the mother, the counseling, the talking. You know, it's fun all the way. But we train both men and women, and that has been helpful, because personally, it excites me when I see men doing this job. Because it's when you see most of their mates outside doing wrong things, and I see them here, I'm happy. Because I've seen that, and when they come, I give them a tip. Try the women's line. Most women fall in love with male designers, and those who follow that path, it's been working for them. And vice versa. I do more of male clothing. Very funny. So most men are comfortable sewing with me. They feel they won't complain. The way they will complain to a man, they won't complain when they see me. The way I will complain when a woman sews for me, I won't complain when a man. So it's a psychological thing.
What's the secret?
The secret is, you're a man, you're sewing for me. I don't want to hurt you. When it's a woman to a woman, I will fight. If it's a man to man, he'll be like, what did you do? But if it's a man to a woman, he'll be soft. That's the key. It's been working for me, and it's working for my students too.
What time does classes resume? What time does classes close?
We resume 9:30 a.m. Though the classes start 10, so 30 minutes to settle down. Then we close by 2:33. because of the working mothers, so they can pick up their kids in school.
Like how many hours in a week do you need for a student to run through the week? I mean, before the whole term runs out?
At least 5 hours a day. 4 hours, 5 hours a day is fine, for everybody. 5
days a week.
4 days a week. For the regular students, for the executive, for some students in the advanced class, they run 6 days a week, or 5 days rather. We have left Fridays for a rest day for them, except those who are doing weekends. They come on Fridays and Saturdays.
I came in through an empowerment program, Shield Youth Movement. So, and I could remember that very day. I wasn't supposed to see the message, but maybe mistakenly I saw the message and I came for the interview then. And that was the first time I met Mrs. Ronke Olubanjo, the CEO of IBADAN City Fashion College. So, and I told her I wanted to do phone repair. So it was now like with what in the background, the way I explained my background to her, she was like, she came from this type of background, so that she would not advise me to do that type of work. That I should go and think. She's given me the privilege to go and think on what else I can do. So one of the students then, my senior uncle, Mr. Ayotunde Awoyemi, now came to me, why didn't I want to do fashion? I said, my dad is a tailor and I've seen a lot of things. They are not that successful in this business. And I said, have you seen this woman? Do you know what the number of people she's controlling? So I now began to think. Then as time goes on, I developed the passion for this work. And when I was to start, I was supposed to be staying for 3 months, but Mrs. Ronke Olubanjo extended the time for me that I'm going to stay for a year. But now I've spent more than a year because there are other things I'm still learning, and now I'm an instructor in this school.
Now, as an instructor in this school, tell us what the experience is like, instructor to the students, the standard of teaching.
Well, the experience has been good, fantastic, and sometimes difficult. There is no road that is always straight like that. But to God be the glory. And one thing I learned is the more I teach, the more I gain knowledge. The more I teach some people new things, the more I too gain knowledge and keep improving myself. Because once I say the logbook, there's a book we call logbook. I see the things the student will be doing for the week. I'm already thinking of, okay, how do I teach? I don't want to be teaching them the same way. And that's why you can't see any student. That's how they mentioned my boss to use, the CEO. She doesn't teach everybody the same method. She still learns. You can imagine if she's still learning. So the new method is not like if you are a student last year, you can't come here and still meet the same way of sewing the same thing. So I keep building up myself day by day, that I don't want to be obsolete. So that has been good. And the students too, the tough ones, the easy ones, but by God's grace, we've been able to scale through.
So in your own words, what makes this school stand out from everything?
Wow, this school, I've seen a lot of schools, I've seen a lot of roadside shops. This is the best, because I've met a lot of students that have learned somewhere before. Most of them, some of them have even graduated, they've done freedom, the way they call it. But when they get here, they still have to start from our beginners class, because they can't meet up to that standard. Nobody has been able to meet up to the standard.
Yeah, there's always a baseline for everything you do in life, you understand? So initially I thought of, what can I do with my life? After university, trying to get a job, so and I thought, how about being self-employed? So when I went to Google, I saw a lot of places, but what really attracted me was the people, the fraternity, just the brotherhood, it's just so big that even everybody, friends, enemies, let me use that word, people that you are not close to, people that you don't know how to relate with, understand? They model you to a thing in life that you people can understand each other better. You understand, like in Nigeria now, we have different ethnic group. Understand? We have Yoruba, we have Igbo, Hausas, and for the fact that this place is comprises of mainly female. Yeah, and
you're male.
Yeah, male. Understand? But things like this are more into female are more into it rather than male. So when I now came here, I now thought, wow, the first 1 week it was a bit kind of rough for me, but with the help of the instructors, my fellow students, they'll come to me and they'll tell me, you're not doing this way, you're not supposed to be doing this, and this is how you should go about it. So it was so easy for me to adapt. You understand? Yeah, I am now. At least I'm one of the senior here.
I like that. So now, what's your big dream when you're done from here? What's your big dream?
Wow, big dream. Actually, when I finish from here, I still want to further. Understand? When you go to places like France, Italy, understand, to equip myself. Then I'm looking at starting my own, yeah. Maybe in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Understand? By that time, I would have mastered every aspect of fashion. When it comes to business, when it comes to fabrics, when it comes to the markets, I should be able to understand it better. Then, by then, I'll be able to go into my own label. Yeah.
Now, as we think about that which you want to become, how has IBADAN City Fashion College molded you in that direction?
Molded me. See, like I said earlier,
they prepared you.
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's always a starting point in every man's life. And this is my starting point. And things I thought I could never do, they made it easier for me. I could make shirts, I could make anything that, even where I went to, I can do it. So at least, this is just my starting point. They've molded me to it. And at first, I'm not good at dressing. Understand? It's not actually about cutting, sewing. It's about when you receive lecture, you understand, you try to chip in, try to develop your mental skill. So it has been so. Sometimes when I look at my brother and when they say something, I'll say, you're wrong. Initially, I'll be supportive, like, yeah, you got that. But now I've come to understand that they've molded me to understand the different aspect of fashion. You understand? So at least for that, I'm grateful. Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about what people impact in your life. And for me being here, I'm grateful.
From wherever you are, it's my personal invitation. This is the college you will love to be in. This is a home away from home experience, a total package experience. It's about body, life, soul, spirit school. IBADAN City Fashion College is approved by the federal government and of Nigeria, and also UK certification is here, and it's an experience, a thing you love it here. So personally, I'm giving you that call. Give us a trial.
What about security?
Our security here is anything not called 120, 150, 200%. That's what we have. Secured, totally secured. No case of anything, no negative case.
The city where you are resident, the Ibadan city, the capital of Oyo State, Nigeria, how friendly is it to foreigners, from people from outside Nigeria?
Ibadan loves foreigners. No, I've seen that. We have had foreign visitors here before, and they've always been saying they prefer Ibadan to Lagos. Very funny, because Ibadan is cool, it's not stressful. You are here, you are safe. You have this high level of security is here, and there's nothing frightening about it. There's no traffic. So that one, we are enjoying that one in Ibadan. This is the city you want to live in. Believe me, you love it here. Okay, so for those who want to come from outside Nigeria, it's anywhere in the world, it's very easy. Once you're interested and we talk over the phone or emails, or we communicate somehow, we send you admission letter. And getting your visa, Nigeria is quite easy to enter. You just get your visa, you go through your normal immigration processes, then you're good to go and become friends.
Okay, well, I'm CJWZYB, and we are still here at the IBADAN City Fashion College. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Hello, what's going on?
Nova. I am a political studies major from America, and this is Campus Sneak Africa.
Hey everyone, you're watching Campus Snake Africa, and my name is Emmanuel Golden. Hey everyone, my name is Emmanuel Golden. I'm from Savannah State University, USA, majoring in political science, and you keep watching Campus Snake Africa.
I am a biology major, second year student from America. Thank you for watching Campus Snake Africa.
My name is Shalonda Harper. I am an exchange student here at KNST. I am from the United States of America, Savannah State University, majoring in accounting, and you're watching Campus Snake Africa, and keep watching.
Hey, this is the one and only Corbin J. I'm a mass communications major from Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia, in the U.S., baby. Yes! You are watching Campus Sneak Africa.
It's been a great time here at IBADAN City Fashion College here in the city of Ibadan, the second most populous city in Africa after Cairo. But that's not just the attraction. I'm saying that this city houses the first fashion college here, accredited by the United Kingdom here in Nigeria. Not just that, but right now I've come to realize for the kind of lifestyle that goes on here, the kind of standard of teaching, the kind of students that are here, students that have gone to different institutions of higher learning, they have graduated and they still made a move to come here to pursue that which is actually at the center of their heart for their choice of career in life. People who are in the working class, I'm talking about even when you're talking about, we want to look at it domestically, married women, married men, people that have come here to learn that which they have decided or that which has been on their heart to learn for, since probably they were a child. And right now, that's to let you know that there's nothing you want to become in life that you cannot become. There's nothing that you want to achieve that you cannot achieve. So that's just to let you know that it doesn't matter where you are. It's not about age, it's not about religion. It's not like one of the students said, a 70-year-old man would definitely still be able to bag whatever kind of degree or she desires to bag by his own choice whenever he takes the decision. Make the first step, take the right step, and take a decision. That's what one of the students said, and that's what actually gladdens my heart here today at the IBADAN City Fashion College, as I know that somebody somewhere is seated right now watching this particular episode, and I know that we have been able to take you away from the junction of indecision to a place where you have been able to take a decision right now and you are making the right step. I'm very sure of that. Well, and until I see another wonderful episode of Campus Sneak Africa, I'm CJWZYB. For your emails, send your emails to campussneakafrica@lovewhatsat.org. I repeat, campussneakafrica@lovewhatsat.org. And until I see another wonderful and interesting episode of Campus Sneak Africa, don't you go anywhere. Peace. I'm out of here.